It's like youth. You don't truly appreciate it until it's gone. In my youth, I had total control of my life. I had a vocation. I had passion. I had hope. And then, I met a man who turned out to be a monster. And he made me a prisoner. I was trapped in my own home when he forced himself on his stepmother. New life began in her, and for sake of appearance, in me. But now I was back in control, and I was determined never to lose it again. In case you haven't already noticed, there will soon be an addition to our family.
Congratulations, ma'am.
Thank you. But as our family grows, we also suffer a loss. I'm saddened to say that Mrs. Garland Foxworth will be leaving us to set up a new home in Pittsburgh. Her son, Christopher, will remain in our hospitality until he can be sent for.
I would like to thank you all for welcoming my late husband and myself.
We wouldn't want you to miss your train.
Foxworth name, Christopher's legacy. Think of his future.
This is it?
You have all the creature comforts of home and enough amusements that the time will fly by.
Never been much of a reader.
Well then, perhaps this can also be a time of personal growth. Once the baby is born, you'll get the money from Garland's estate. You and Christopher will be free of this place. Forever.
What about Malcolm?
I'll take care of him.
I'm scared.
Fear is like pain. Endure it long enough and you become numb to it. Trust me. I know. I'll see you in the morning. I settled her into the old chambermaid's room in the east wing, the one with the steps to the attic. And I have the only key.
An authoritative temperament is a highly unattractive quality in the fairer sex. But then again, you are barely a woman. goose down is a poor substitute for a fertile womb.
And mockery is a poor substitute for masculinity. You will leave Alicia alone.
It's all yours. But if your plan fails, and something happens to my daughter...
It won't. And it might be a boy.
Excuse me?
The baby. You're so sure it's going to be a girl, but that's the one thing you can't control.
Oh, darling, when are you gonna realize that I always get what I want? No matter what.
Late, sweetie, what are you doing up? I know you must miss your mommy, but she'll be back for you, I promise. I have an idea. How would you like to sleep with me tonight? Would that make you feel better?
I'm telling you, something isn't right. Did you hear those noises coming from the east wing last night? Sounded like somebody crying.
Mrs. Steiner? Nella? Oh, Nella. Would you be available to meet with me later today to discuss some changes to our produce order?
Well, surely I can consult with the cook regarding any issues you may have.
That won't be possible, Mrs. Steiner, as I'll no longer be requiring your services in my home.
Excuse me?
Your termination is effective immediately.
But I've lived at Foxworth Hall my entire life.
And now you don't. Do you understand?
Yes. If Mr. Garland Foxworth were still alive, he wouldn't stand for this.
If that be true, then perhaps this is the one happy result of his death. Goodbye, Mrs. Steiner. How would you like to be the new head housekeeper?
I would like that very much. Thank you.
Your next payment will reflect your new position. And your first task is to ensure that the rest of the staff stays out of the East Wing.
But shouldn't we...
No one should enter the East Wing. Not for any reason. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. One thing before you go. I was just in the library, and I saw that the door to the attic was open. Do you need me to get you anything? I'd hate for you to go up there in your condition.
There's another entrance to the attic.
It's the old servants' staircase.
Take me there now. Please get one of the carpenters to seal up this door immediately. We won't be needing this access anymore.
Certainly, ma'am.
You said you would take care of him. Yet he came anyway.
I know. I'm truly sorry. I failed you. But I know a way to stop him. Your hair.
No, I couldn't. I couldn't.
Peace of mind is more important than vanity. It's the only way.
Now, I'm telling you, Celia, something strange is going on up in that house. Stranger than normal.
Lord help us, then.
Mrs. Foxworth has forbidden anyone from going into the East Wing.
Well, you better stay out of it, Mama. Because whatever it is, it's probably not any good. That place.
I know. Nothing but evil comes from that house. But Mrs. Foxworth, she's different.
She's a white person. You don't know her. Not really.
I know enough to know that she's not like him.
One you should trust.
Olivia? A moment.
Yes?
I would like to show you something. A letter to Westmoreland Sanatorium. All about my poor, sad, deluded wife. My beloved Olivia, who never quite recovered after learning that she was infertile. She has even been pretending to be with child for months. Surely an extended stay would help her recover from her psychosis.
They would never believe you.
Really, a woman's word over mine. I did not appreciate that little gift you left on my desk. No more stunts like that, or I will send this letter.
There's just one problem. How will my equally beloved husband explain how he came into possession of a newborn? Alicia will never let you raise the baby alone.
Alicia might not have a say in the matter. We all know how dangerous childbirth can be.
Perhaps you've forgotten one tiny bit of information. You killed your father and raped your stepmother. Maybe it's time to share that tidbit with the authorities.
In this house, now you can play act you're in control all you want. None of this is real. Not your rules, not your threats, not your pregnancy. You are just a sad woman with a sour face and a dead womb.
We don't get many ladies around here, but I'd be happy to figure something out for the right price, honey.
No, I'm not here for that.
Let me fetch Miss Hazel.
What? No. Goodness, no. Thank you very much.
Since Malcolm had found other means for release, Alicia was finally safe, and I could focus on what really mattered. The children.
Stop it, Mommy! Can I call you Mommy?
Of course you can, my love.
What about me? What's that noise?
Nothing. Let's all head inside.
There's the bird! Please look at me!
You broke my trust.
You took my son away from me.
I'm not the enemy here. Malcolm is.
Don't play innocent. This scheme was all your idea.
Yes, to save our family, to protect the Foxworth name for our sons.
I don't believe you. I saw the way that you looked to Christopher. I know you want more children, and I know you can't have them. I think you want my baby just as much as he does.
Is that what you think of me?
You keep me locked up in this room like some kind of prisoner.
May I remind you that you weren't forced into this. You agreed to these terms.
Well, I don't agree to them anymore. Oh, really?
If you go, Malcolm won't give you your inheritance.
I don't care about the money. I am taking Christopher, and I will manage on my own.
How? You've never worked a day in your life. You can't support yourself. And how will you hide your pregnancy? Everyone will know the baby couldn't be Garland's.
But at least I'll have my freedom.
Do you know what Malcolm would do to you? To both of us, if you left.
Whatever he might do can't be worse than what he's already done.
That child belongs here.
My child belongs with his mother!
This is the last time I'll say it. Get in line, or I can make things much worse for you.
You were just as bad as he is.
No.
Let me go. Let me go. Let me go. No.
Alicia, I'm so sorry. Are you all right? Malcolm, help! Stop her! Quick!
No, let go of me!
She's alive.
The baby? What about the baby?
I don't know.
If that baby is hurt, so help me God, that letter to Westmoreland will be in the post tomorrow, and you will spend the rest of your days in a padded cell.
You won't send that letter. Unless, of course, you want the Foxworth name splashed all over the front page of the paper. Esteemed businessman Malcolm Foxworth seen frequenting house of ill repute. I followed you. Now, if you want to save this baby, you need to stop threatening me and start listening. We're running out of time. We need to call the doctor.
How do we explain away all this?
I will handle that. I'll call the doctor now.
I'll fix myself up and go wait for the doctor.
You sure about this?
Yes. Thank you for coming in the middle of the night.
Oh, anything for the Foxworths. I see you're in the family way. How wonderful. My apologies. I suppose my diagnosis...
Quite a miracle.
Indeed. But you're feeling all right?
Yes, but we didn't call you here for me. You see, there's something rather delicate I'd like to share with you, and we, of course, appreciate your discretion.
Of course.
This way.
Mrs. Foxworth will be fine.
And the baby?
Heartbeat sounds strong.
Thank you, Doctor. That is wonderful news.
Where am I?
You're in your bed, Mrs. Foxworth. You had quite the nasty spill.
You. She's evil.
Now, Alicia, please. It's me, Olivia. We're here to help you.
No. They're keeping me prisoner here.
She's worse than you said.
Ever since Garland died, she's been slowly losing her mind. She even did that to her own hair.
They're lying. You have to believe me.
I believe
you. have to believe me.
She just can't accept that her grief sent her into the arms of one of the servants.
No. It was him. He did it to me. He forced himself
Mrs.
on me.
Foxworth.
That's a new one.
There must be some sort of sedative you can give her to calm the nerves.
No.
Alicia?
Hold her down. Hold her down.
Oh, no. Please, no.
All right.
No.
All right, Mrs.
They're
Foxworth.
lying. You have to believe me. Help me.
All right.
Help me. No.
Just be calm.
You have to believe me. Please don't. No.
It's quite the gamble, calling the doctor here. But it appears you did the right thing. My daughter is alive and well, which is all that matters. Well done.
Yes. Thank goodness. This baby is important to me, too. I won't get the chance to have another one. I've always wanted a daughter.
Yes, well, she won't truly be your daughter, will she? That ankle will make it difficult to care for Alicia. I would offer to help, but I know how you like to maintain control.
I don't want any part of this. I was wondering why you were acting so strange. Now I wish I didn't know.
I know it sounds bad.
You're keeping a pregnant woman locked up in the attic.
It's for her own good.
Is it?
Or else to turn.
So they got you involved now.
I'm helping Mrs. Foxworth while she recovers from her sprained ankle. And don't you pull any of that fighting with me. I hit back. Hard. Now, eat. Don't do it because Mrs. Foxworth told you to or because I told you to. Do it because that child is hungry. And no good mother wants to hurt her baby. Because no matter what anyone says, that there is your baby.
Thank you for acknowledging that.
Play their game. Then you can take your boy and your money and be rid of this awful place forever.
But it's not a game. It's my life.
Not if you don't eat. And something happens to that baby of yours. You'll be lucky to still have a life once Mr. Foxworth gets through with you. You think I don't know what he does? The only thing for her schooling. And don't go thinking it's charity. It's nothing of the sort. Mr. Foxworth is my Celia's father. He did the same thing to me that he did to you.
I'm so sorry.
It was a long time ago. If I can make it through all these years working for him, you can make it a few more months in this here room. Now, eat.
At the time, I couldn't have known how much Nella had in common with Alicia. How much pain she was in. The kind of pain only a mother could know. Because being a mother is all about pain.
Do you hear that?
It's time.
Make it convincing. You need to drown out our screams.
But she's your baby.
She belongs to them now. Don't ever forget what they did to me. And to you. What they can still do. Don't forget who they are.
I know who they are.
And why are you still helping them?
Girl. Just as I knew she would be. And she is here with us. Because your plan worked. Just as you said it would. Thank you, Olivia. Welcome to the world, my sweet Corinne.
Corinne.
After my mother. I assume you won't have a problem with that.
No. I won't. daughter is perfect. I want to thank you. Not just for helping with Alicia, but for everything. Ever since I came to this place, you've been there for me. More than any employee, more than any friend. My only friend, really.
What do you think a friend is?
Well, someone you talk to. Someone who understands you.
And do you understand me?
I'd like to think I do.
Do you even know anything about me? What's my surname?
Well, I don't know. It's never come up. Is everything all right?
No. Because if you knew me, you would have never asked me to help you with the other Mrs. Foxworth. Never.
Excuse me?
Look at me and look at you. We're not friends, ma'am.
I gave you employment. I promoted you beyond what your station in life would normally allow.
I earned my job and my promotion.
All this time, I was operating under the gross misapprehension that we were friends. I assure you that will not happen again. You may go.
I've missed you so very much, Christopher.
You're not my mommy.
He'll come around.
I know.
I should have been kinder to you. I lost sight of our common enemy.
I was hoping for a boy.
Oh?
Promise me something. Protect your daughter. Make sure Malcolm doesn't do to her what he's done to us.
I would honor my promise to Alicia at all costs. If only I knew then just how great that cost would be. They say time heals all wounds. But 15 years only made them worse.
Thank you all for gathering together to celebrate our dear Corinne's 16th birthday. Her father and I are so proud of the young woman she's become. So, on behalf of her father and her brothers, Joel, Mal, and his fiancée, Helen, please join us in wishing Corinne a very special day. To Corinne.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Corinne. Happy birthday to you.
You look about as good as I do.
Just needed some air. Fawning over Corinne was making me a bit ill. Aren't you basking in our sister's perfection?
Helen's ex, Bill's here.
Bill's a dullard with bad hair. But I'm pretty sure he wears lifts in his shoes.
You know, his dad already made him vice president.
That's you.
What if that's not enough?
You're my big brother. You know, I'd jump at the chance to knock you down a peg or two. That guy's got nothing on you.
Everything was perfect, thank you.
Of course, ma'am.
What a lovely party.
It is not quite over yet. I have one more gift left to give.
It's too big to be keys to a car.
Hmm?
It's too heavy to be jewelry. Oh. Goodness.
Beautiful baby doll for my beautiful baby.
Thank you, Daddy.
I don't care how old you get. You will always be my little girl.
Are you going to tell me what's bothering you? Or do I have to endure your sulking about for the rest of the day?
My trust fund. I don't get access to it until I'm 25.
Darling, of course I'd want you to have your trust early.
It's not just for me. No. Helen's accustomed to a certain lifestyle.
All the money in the world means nothing if there isn't true love between two people.
And
the trusts are your father's domain. He set them up, so he must approve all changes. If this is something you really want, you're going to have to take this up with him.
That's what I was trying to avoid.
I know he can be difficult. Huh.
I don't know how you do it. Put up with him all these years.
I had you. That's how.
No, it won't be long before Joel gets married, and Corinne is halfway out the door as it is. Then what will you do?
A mother's work is never done. I'll be fine. May I come in? I didn't get to give you my present. Every woman needs her own set.
Oh, Mother. Thank you. At least you realize I'm not a child anymore.
Your father loves you very much. It's just see you growing up, dancing with boys.
Rockford.
Excuse me?
Rockford Taylor, the boy I was dancing with. All I can think about is what it would be like to kiss him.
I want nothing more for you than to find a good man to love and to love you back. But all in due time.
What about you?
What about me?
Don't you think you deserve that too? Good man to love you? When was the last time, you know?
What your father and I do or do not do behind closed doors.
Mother, we all know you don't do anything. Don't you miss it? Being touched?
Corinne.
Rock only touched my hand and it felt like my whole body was on fire. I can't imagine never being able to feel that again.
Yes, well, you will feel that again, I promise. So you need not worry.
Why did you marry Daddy?
Well, I was in love. I thought me for who I was, a businesswoman. Or I thought he did. And life has a way of happening. And before you know it, you've forged a path, and once on a path, it's difficult to change direction.
And would you like that? To change direction?
What I would like is for you to enjoy your youth. Go to college, flirt, dance, but don't rush into anything.
I would have liked that for you too.
It's getting late. Happy birthday.
The next day, I couldn't shake off the thoughts my children had awakened in me. What was I to do when they all left the house? And how had my daughter grown to become a more fulfilled woman than I ever was? I was lost. But in that moment, something else was found. Something that had remained hidden until fate brought me there that day. The poison garden. Perhaps the key to finding myself had been right at my fingertips all along.
How many dresses do you need?
There's just, one more shop I need to visit. Look, you're bored to tears. Why don't you go on home? I can walk back.
Really?
What?
You could have just told me you were killing time until Loverboy showed up.
Get out of here. Mom's the word.
Have fun! Seem to have a problem.
Yeah, don't sound good. Let me take a look. Yeah, I think it might be one of the air hoses.
Yeah, air hose. So you can fix it?
I have to order a part, but it shouldn't take more than a few days.
Thank you. What's that you're listening to?
Sorry, I can turn it off.
No. I like it. And please, Joel. I've just never heard anything like that before.
The blues doesn't usually make its way to rich folks like you.
Well, I'm sorry for that. Seems to be our loss. There's some pretty interesting chord progressions in there. I write music and play. Piano mostly, though I've done some trumpet dabbling. With some light clarinet sprinkled in.
You can borrow.
Very much.
I'm an adult now. I'm getting married. If I had access to more capital to invest...
Is that what this is? Some elaborate scheme to get your hands on my money?
That's not what I meant.
The only reason you have that trust is your mother insisted on it. Had it been up to me, you would be getting nothing at all.
Please, Father.
Look, I do not respond to begging. It is unbecoming of a man. I think you should leave before you embarrass yourself any further.
Thank you for the ride. You saved my loafers for sure.
Anytime. I'll see you next Saturday. I'll come around about 7.
I don't want to see you cavorting with that boy ever again. Or any boy, for that matter.
But he's invited me to a dance next week. All my friends are going, and he's from a good family. Please, Daddy.
I don't care who he is or who his family is. You are too young to be going to dances, and you're almost certainly too young to be spreading your legs on the back of a motorcycle. He is a boy, and boys only want one thing.
But, Daddy...
No, enough! No dance. End of discussion.
Wasn't that a bit harsh?
Corinne is a child. It's my job to protect her.
She's growing up. Mal already is grown up. Maybe it's time to accept that.
So he sent you in here to fight his battles. You're right. He is growing up into a weak man because you have coddled him. He will not get early access to that trust.
What difference does a few years make? You're doing this to hurt him.
Well, maybe a few bruises will make a man out of him after all.
So to be a man, one needs to be bruised. To be a woman, one needs to be protected.
Corinne is a girl.
She is a young woman. And it's our job to teach her how to be an adult. You can't stop her growing up, no matter how many dolls you buy her. I see the way you look at her.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
Not how a father should.
And what do you know about how men are supposed to look at women? A mother jealous of her own daughter's beauty. And yet you point the finger at me.
I'm not jealous. I'm scared. I'm scared of how her beauty could entice certain men, the wrong men. Which is why she needs experience with them. So she doesn't just say yes.
Well, that was your mistake and mine. Maybe we're not so different after all.
I don't understand why he has to be so strict. I'm gonna be the only girl in town not at that dance. My life is over.
I know it might seem that way.
It's like he wants to be the only man in my life. I guess I'm gonna be Daddy's little girl forever.
I think you should go.
What? Really? But Daddy said...
Your father doesn't need to know. It'll be our secret.
Oh, Mother. Thank you.
Malcolm was right. Men only want one thing.
I'm pregnant. Rock was so sweet and kind. I didn't really even mean for... Are you mad?
Not at you. I just wish I told you more about the ways of men. You asked for my guidance, and I failed you. I won't let that happen again.
What am I gonna do?
We, you mean? What are we going to do? You're not in this alone. There is something. It may be our only option.
You the one wanting Miss Hazel?
On the bed, honey. Now lay back.
This is all just so awful.
It's all right. It's all right. Tomorrow, it will be like this never happened.
I can't pretend that that didn't just happen.
I know it happened. And I'm glad it did, because now you'll have the life you deserve. But this, here, tonight, this is between you and me. Everywhere else, with everyone else, this was just a night. Like all the others, you went to bed mad at your father. So did I. Do you understand?
Yes. Mommy. Thank you.
It was awfully quiet this morning. Scrambled eggs and grapefruit. It's your favorite. And yet you have barely touched your plate. You feeling all right this morning?
Just a little tired, Daddy. I was up late. Reading.
Reading too.
Well, they must have been some awfully engaging novels to keep you both awake so late last night.
Yes, Daddy. Mine was about...
Enough. I will not be lied to at my own table. Leave us. How dare you take our daughter to that place? Yeah, that is right. I saw you. You are a filthy whore, just like the rest of them, taking our daughter to get that procedure. I should have you both arrested.
It was the only option. It was the best thing to do for her, for the family.
I know what is best for this family. No more boys, no more parties, no more parading around town like a cheap little hussy. From now on, you will stay here, on these grounds.
What? You're gonna keep me here a prisoner?
Until I believe you have learned your lesson, yes. If you so much as think of setting foot outside of those gates, I will...
Or you'll what? Can't you see she's suffered enough already?
Go to your room.
But Daddy...
Now!
I don't regret my decision.
It was not your decision to make.
Well, it certainly wasn't yours.
I oughta.
Hit me? Will that make you feel better? Go ahead. The back of your...
I will find a way to make you regret this.
I would have had it finished for you sooner, but I had to wait for a part from Richmond.
No, it's fine. Not having Wills forced me to stay home and work on my music. That record you let me sort of inspired me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Scrapped what I was working on and started something completely different. More freeform.
I'm happy to help.
Well, thanks again.
Before you go, I got the new Sonny Boy Williamson in town. Like, no one does the blues harp like he does. But you gotta take a listen.
You ever try playing yourself?
The playing's not for me. I just like where the tunes take me. Just gotta do something to break up the days in this garage.
Yeah. Did you get out much? I mean, do you have time off to travel with?
Yeah, get Sunday mornings off. My pa travels me all the way to church.
Of course. That makes sense. I'm sorry.
It's all right. But, yeah, that's the dream. Just get out of here, see something beside these walls and those trees. Your walls look a lot different than mine.
Harry? Mr. Foxworth,
Hello, Celia.
make sure you take a lunch break.
Mm-hmm. Not sure your mother likes me very much.
My mama died when I was 3. Celia's my stepmother. It's pretty obvious we aren't kin.
Oh?
You can't tell her daddy's a white man?
What are you trying to tell me?
Thank you.
Oh, God, I needed this.
Where'd you get it?
My friend Betsy's brother's been growing it behind their stable. But this could be the last of it, given as I'm now housebound for the rest of my adult life.
Yeah, I can't believe it's all just because you met up with that guy again. I mean, sure, Dad's an ass, but that's excessive even for him.
I know. So, do you think there's any chance you'll get your trust early?
Not a chance in hell. No. Helen keeps telling me it doesn't matter. Now I just want to give her the best life possible.
You will. And not because of when you get your trust, but because you're you.
Exactly.
You started without me?
Here. You can catch up.
There's something I've been wondering about Dad.
Oh, Lord, where do you start?
I think it might be Celia's father.
Well, yeah, I've heard those rumors in town for years.
How did I not know this?
Because you always have your head stuck in the piano.
Stop.
Never noticed the resemblance?
What do you think?
I think you're a flippin' genius.
Ow.
I know about Celia. And unless you want Mother to know as well, I suggest you do as I say. I want access to my trust.
I like this side of you.
Well, it's settled then. I'll have the lawyers draw up the transfer papers.
Why wait?
Excuse me?
Olivia!
What? Why are you calling her?
Son, why don't you tell your mother what you have discovered?
No, that's she doesn't need to know.
No, you came into my office and threatened to tell her to your trust. So, be a man and tell your mother.
Please don't do this, okay? Just forget it.
Your son wanted you to know that I am Celia's father.
Why? Why do you do things like that?
Mal, it's fine. Go have a drink, cool down.
You'd have to crawl over my dead body to get access to that money.
Oh, we should all be so lucky. Mother, I'm so sorry, okay? I never meant for you to find out. I just thought that he would give me the money.
It's all right. Your father's indiscretions are not your cross to bear.
But if it weren't for me, it wouldn't have...
Remember this day, so you will always treat your wife and children with respect and kindness.
I'll never be like him.
Good. Your big day is just around the corner. Please, don't let your father spoil things.
Thank you, Mother.
Promise me something. I want you and Helen to get as far away from this place as you can.
Okay.
Nella.
Mrs. Foxworth?
I'm sorry to bother you. Do you have a moment?
Not right now.
I know that Malcolm is Celia's father.
Sorry.
I can't do this. Why didn't you ever tell me?
Tell my employer that her husband is the father of my daughter? That's not something that's easy to tell anyone, let alone the mistress of the house.
I'd like to think I'm not just anyone. I know you don't consider me a friend, but despite everything, I still consider you one. Does Celia know? What happened with Alicia? What I asked you to do, had I known, I never would have involved you.
I know.
It all makes sense. Why you were so upset. Is that how you got the scars?
That was a long time ago.
But the hurt you must have felt, it doesn't just go away.
No. And I will hate Mr. Foxworth until the day I die. But you, well, you and me, I always felt like there was something different between us. I fought it, but I felt it. I still do, if I'm honest. And after 16 years,
I'd like that. So, as friends, may I ask one thing of you?
That you, Mama? Set a plate out for your supper.
There's someone here who wants to see you.
Good evening, Mrs. Foxworth.
I'm sorry to barge in like this. I was hoping... I wanted to...
She knows. All right.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry for you. Men like that, they never stop.
What are you doing?
I thought I heard Corinne calling for me.
Celia. Unless you stop them.
Corinne, I saw Bellman's is having a sale. We should go to town this weekend. Could use some things for the honeymoon.
I could drive you.
Is your car up and working again?
It is. Harry did an excellent job with it.
Who?
Celia's stepson.
Well, I would love to take you up on the offer, but I'm not allowed to go to town.
Malcolm!
I gave him a sedative to calm him. Should wake up in a few hours.
Will he be well enough to attend the wedding? Or should we postpone the festivities?
He'll be groggy, but certainly no need to cancel the nuptials.
He was eating one minute and then on the floor the next.
His reaction could be to an allergen or to a poison. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to alarm you. I'm sure it's just something he ate. In any event, he's lucky to be alive.
Yes. Very lucky indeed. How did you find out about the poison garden?
Mother, you startled me.
Answer the question.
I have no earthly clue what you're talking about.
I found this near the woodpile to be incinerated. I believe these are your gloves. Stained green by a plant.
I was on a walk and I saw you. I didn't mean to give Daddy so much, I swear. I just wanted to go to a party with some friends.
You poisoned your father so you could go to a party.
I just wanted him out of it for a bit, just long enough so I could go out. And Daddy's got me locked up here. I was just so mad at him for how he treats me and Mal and Joel and you. Is he going to be all right?
The doctor said he will recover, yes.
Please. Please don't tell him.
I won't.
Thank you, Mother.
But anything else. One more time.
There won't be another time.
Because you aren't like him. You can't be like him.
I'm not. It was a mistake, I swear. I love you.
He's awake.
Thank goodness.
What happened?
You had an attack of sorts, Mr. Foxworth.
An attack?
Just an allergic reaction, nothing to worry about.
I'm not so sure anymore. It's highly likely that you were poisoned.
Go get Mal.
Oh, you can't possibly think
Well, that our side is getting his hands on his precious trust, which would be a hell of a lot easier if I wasn't around to stop him.
Thank you, Doctor. We appreciate your discretion.
Of course. Good day.
This is utter nonsense. You know Mal wouldn't hurt anyone, no matter how hateful you've been to him.
Then who?
What if it was me?
You don't have the nerve.
Perhaps you should start drawing up a list of potential assailants. I would think the number of enemies you've acquired over the years is quite lengthy. We should dress for the wedding. Should I call for someone to help you get ready?
I'll manage perfectly well by myself, thank you.
Mr. Foxworth, glad to see you're feeling better.
I just wanted to come check in on the bride. You look beautiful, Helen.
Thank you.
Please, sit. I just wanted to apologize, personally, for not giving Mal early access to his trust.
Oh, I really don't know much about it. Those kinds of matters aren't for women to nosy around in.
Did Mal explain that this family operates under a very specific set of rules?
I don't understand what you mean. Rules?
Well, I make them. Everyone else follows them. And when they follow them precisely, everybody gets what they want. Now, Mal wants that money. And you want him to get what he wants, don't you?
I love Mal.
Hmm.
I want him to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
To get what he wants.
Corinne!
about to start.
There's gonna be a wedding.
What? Why?
Get in. I'll explain. I just walked in on Dad and Helen.
Where did you get this?
The dressing table. Did you hear what I said about Dad?
Mal, this isn't... Oh my God.
What's happening?
Mal, no. Oh God, Mal. Mal!
Where have you been?
Settling some business.
Mrs. Foxworth! Mr. Foxworth, something terrible has happened.
Dodd, are you all right? I'm fine. It's Mal. What? Poison from the garden. He thought it was something to smoke. Mal! Mal!
Someone call the doctor!
Mal!
I was so worried about protecting my daughter that I lost my son. The family dealt with their grief in different ways. Some sought comfort in others. Some found comfort in a different kind of release. But me, I didn't deserve comfort.
Our son is dead because of you. You hid that garden from me. You dragged Corinne.
And then I did something I never thought I'd do.
You're right.
I surrendered control to my husband.
I'm sorry. I'm so very, very sorry.
You do not deserve my forgiveness.
I know.
You abused the freedom that I gave to you. So now, today, that freedom is gone. You will respect me. You will obey me. You will listen to me. Do you understand?
Yes. Whatever you say.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
I realized I never had control of anything. Not my future, not my children, not even the staff. Something else controlled all of us. Something we couldn't escape. Foxworth Hall. And in that moment, it was bringing more horror upon us. Someone who would bring us new pain. New tears. A new tragedy. She had returned. And with her, the fire had been lit. It was just a matter of time until we all went up in flames.